Hello. We are live. This is our Empowered Through Knowledge podcast. And I am so excited to have our special guest today, Jessica Ramsey. You know how we do it on Monday nights. However, this platform is going to be a little different because we want to be able to hear her story, her journey, and what she's going to do post. I want to say, I don't know if that'll ever end. I don't want that to end, but we'll say post next Olympic tour. But we are excited. And one of the things that attracted me to invite her to our platform, Empower Ed Knowledge platform, is because um, although she is an athlete and an accomplished athlete, she also has another passion, another purpose that you're going to hear, and we are going to be actively involved in supporting her journey in that way. So, welcome, Jessica, to and let me tell you how Empower Ed Voices came about. A lot of times people don't use their voices to advocate for themselves. So I wanted a place where, or to be that person, to be their voice, to coach them into their voice so that they can lead their life in the most proficient way. We are our first leaders, and you have a 2 year old, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And we're going to get into that because it's important that she knows how to lead herself, have an inner leadership so that she won't fall for anything or fall for anybody, right?
Right.
She is her first leader, and great leaders become great followers, and great followers and those who operate in servitude become your most amazing leaders, right? But it
Right.
starts with us. Every day we get up and we make those decisions. So how excited are you tonight?
I'm very excited. I'm thrilled. I always want to learn. So outside of learning about me, I want to also gain some knowledge. So I'm
Oh, we're
very
gonna gain some knowledge. We're going to
definitely.
gain some knowledge, and we are on the following platforms. We are on Facebook Live. We are on my personal Facebook page, which is Julia Danley is on Facebook page, and then my Leadership Life Coaching page. We're on that page, and then we're on our YouTube channel. And hopefully, guys, if you are a guest of Jessica, go on and tag her page, tag all of her people, because we want them to hear her voice tonight, a voice out of the shadows. Because after chatting it up with her, I can see the humility, I can see the waiting her turn type of thing. I can see all of that, and she has an inner glow. Not like me. You all have to kind of get to know me first, but her glow is shine. Her glow shine. Yes. So without further ado, we are going to get started, and I guess we it's going to be a conversation. I can ask you questions all day long, and I'm sure you have been on a platform where you get just question after question. But first and foremost, if you could just tell my viewers who you are, where you come from, and the state, how you came into um, being an Olympian.
Yes. So I am Jessica Ramsey, your athlete, your Olympian, and new author of a children's book. I am from Boynton Beach, Florida. Born and raised. I've been there since up until 2024. Went to high school there, Boynton Beach Community High School. And then once I graduated there, I had a lot of scholarships to go to any college I wanted to go to. But school wasn't always my thing. So I think that's when I kind of found my focal point. School was my thing, but I was a little bit different from all the other kids. It took me longer to uh, catch on to things. So, uh,
Pause right there. Pause right there. I know we connect because school wasn't really my thing, and it took me longer to like read and write and just it was boring and all of
mhm,
that. So
yeah,
how did you navigate? Tell a student, you're talking to students, right? You're
yeah.
talking to some students because I have a lot of students who follow me. What advice, before you continue with your story, would you give a student where they feel school is not their thing?
My biggest thing I will always tell students or just people in life, never let anybody else's success determine your future. Even though somebody is gaining something right away, right away, right away, even though it's taking you longer, you never know what the future may hold for you. So just keep going. Like, don't pay it no mind. It may be frustrating. You can get mad and have your moments, but in those moments, after those moments are over, just keep going. Just keep going at your own pace. That's the biggest thing I can always say is just go at your own pace, because it took me a while and I got there.
I know, and it is so amazing. Once you get on fire with that, you just
Mhm.
going, it's accelerating. You know, when at 22, reading and writing became my thing because I had to do it through this by necessity, right?
Right.
And
Hmm.
then everything else. Once you overcome that, and it just moves quicker, and the last is first and the first shall be last. Okay, you went through high school not your thing, continue.
So school wasn't my thing, but I made it through. I got through with school. Then I went to college. I went to junior college first. I went to I went to Palm Beach State College first because I didn't have enough credits, and then I needed to get more classes. So I went to Palm Beach State College and got all the credits that I needed. And then I went to Texas for junior college. I did 2 years in Texas at South Plains Community College. And then from there, I got the offer from Western Kentucky. And what helped me go to Western is because I had a brother that lived in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I didn't want to leave home, but I wanted to leave home because I wanted to get a feel what it does feel like to be outside of my community. And
Was it scary leaving home?
it was, but I had a safe place. I had a family member, so it was like, okay, although I'm scared, I want to leave my parents, but I still have to find my own, because I still had to go out and figure out what life was going to be like without parent, with mom and dad. Even though mom and dad was there every step of the way,
What
like
I
every
want to tag right there that you made a good point listening to your story. Because, see, I'm listening to it right for the first time, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So, most times when first of all, before we go into that, what sports did you play in high school?
High school, I did cheerleading, basketball. Um, did I do flag? I didn't do. I didn't get to flag football, but just track and basketball.
And you did the shot put in
In
uh
high school, I started
in
off
high
as a
school?
sprinter. In high school, I started off as a sprinter. I did the 1, 2, and the 4x1. But them
What?
genetics kicked in and got a little bigger. They was like, "Oh, let us introduce you to the throws a little bit, just in case." So we went to the throws, and then that kind of worked out for me as I got older.
And I can see with your photo that I have on the graphic, I can see that cheerleading body too.
Yeah, yeah. I used to love tumbling, flipping. I still try to do it to this day.
And I was talking to somebody the other day that cheerleaders don't realize that cheerleading is a sport, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They're on ESPN, right?
Mm-hmm.
they can get cheerleading scholarships,
Yeah, they can
but
get
that
scholarships.
they do not realize that cheerleading is a sport and you can get recruited for colleges for cheerleading just like any other sport. I hope you
Mhm.
all are gaining this knowledge, and the reason we plug these things in, because those things that people don't understand or know, this is empowered ed voices, and this is our informational podcast where we are producing the knowledge. We are producing the knowledge that many people don't even ask the questions or know. Okay, now this is my passion because I ran a school that was non-traditional. I had school how students needed to have school. I also at Westside High School was a an athletic school. So we had Division 1 people coming in and out. So I know the college, the junior college, all of that process, right?
Mhm.
And so with that being said, you're talking to an athlete who probably did not meet NCAA requirements with the SAT. Great athlete, top athlete, but has always been told from ninth grade that they were D1. 12th grade, this young man or young lady finds out that on that side of academics, they're not D1. And then they hear they have to go to tech school or junior college. Talk somebody through that process.
Um, with my experience, I would say getting the junior college experience, it wasn't bad. It kind of got me ready for the D1 experience. So I wouldn't say it's all bad, but just to be able to be seen, to be on that big stage right away, um, for different people, it's always different. For me, I'm kind of happy I went junior college first just to see, okay, this is what it's going to be like. When I get to D1, you're going to be in with some big dogs. So it's just like preparing you. So, and then, with classes also, with classes it's just like, dang, it's preparing you for that, because when you go D1, for athletes, they kind of do things different with athletes. They have to make sure that, okay, whatever classes you pick, they have to make sure with those classes you're going to pass those classes to be eligible. So it's just like a way of finding exactly what you want to do. So I would say if you want to go to junior college route first, it's always great to gain that experience. But if you do want to go D1, you definitely have to be prepared, not only athletically, but it with your grades and everything.
Mhm. How important is it for schools to have athletic programs that foster that level of
That
preparation?
that's actually I actually admire that they do that. Like we have to have the meetings. I'm actually trying to do mentorships with the academic counseling, because I want to make sure. Hey, you got to make sure if you take this class, you need to make sure you're gonna pass this. Or are you gonna take it serious, or are you not? So it's just like you got to make sure you're gonna be serious about everything that you do. Because if you fail one class, you're not gonna have sports. And then what are you gonna rely on? You still in school. So you still got to do your classwork.
Hmm.
So
And
I
that's
really admire
mentorship
them.
in Memphis. In Memphis, you're trying to do that
Mhm.
mentorship. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
awesome.
Yes.
All
I'm taking some
right.
mediating classes right now. I think it's conflict remediation. So I didn't know they had a broad atmosphere of mediating, whether it's with children, whether it's with mediating for people who are getting divorced and things like that. So I'm like, okay,
Yes.
yeah. So I'm just like, I'm kind of
Then you
finding
better than
myself.
me. Well, let me tell you about me. Now, I'm an advocate, and mediating kind of works in there. But see, I don't know how to keep a straight face when I hear something crazy.
Yeah.
So when you're mediating, you're
You
not
can't
supposed
judge
to
them.
take sides, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can't judge, can't take sides, you can't show no type of emotion.
I
Like, you know,
know
you
it.
dead wrong. Like,
I'm not a good one. I'm not a good mediator. I'm
yeah, I think
not.
that's why I'm gonna stay with the
Because I'd
kids.
be like, you wrong.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get to Kentucky.
Hmm.
We get to Kentucky. And you said you played basketball, you did track, you did cheerleading, and you had the tech, you get the courses, you go to junior college, and now you are Division 1. Okay. Your first, I want you to go back to the first competition at
Whew.
that D1 level that you were on the big stage.
Whew. I was nervous. I still get nervous to this day competing. As big as I am, I still get nervous. I was very nervous, but I think in that time I had like that dog mentality. Like, I'm the best. When I come out here, this my field. Anything, whenever I step in here, this my field. And that was my
Girl, you better,
mindset
you
still.
better say it.
Yeah, I become a different person. Like, my college strength, his name was Coach Hall, D Hall. And he was like, all right, Chef. He gave me the name Chef because I always did something different when it came to lifting weights. And he was like, gosh, Lee, this girl is something else. She's different because the way I lifted weights, I was very strong. And I took that name and ran with it. So whenever I step in the weight room or if I step on the track, I become Chef.
And I saw it. I looked at some of your videos, right? I looked at some of your videos, and I mean, that look. I mean, it's a fierceness.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm in control. I am armed. I am dangerous. I'm here to do a job, and watch me win.
yeah, yeah.
Watch me win.
Yep. Yeah. So we
Wow.
working back towards that. We working back towards that for these
Oh,
next couple of years. We trying to get it back up plus more.
I can only imagine. So, what is a training day like for something like that? So, you went to the 2021 Olympics.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So around that time I didn't have my daughter. So my training was really waking up in the morning, going to training. I had to make sure I see my chiropractor. I have massage therapy, just depending on how I feel that day. And I still had a full time job because I'm an assistant manager at Insomnia Cookies. So I my hours there, most of the time I did night shifts, which were maybe
Cookies.
6 p.m. to
You
3
say
a.m.
cookies, cookies.
Uh-huh. Insomnia Cookies.
Eat cookies like you eat.
Uh-huh. They don't have one to make. They probably that the most of our stores are around colleges.
And they're called insomnia cookies.
Insomnia, yes, cookies.
Oh my God. Are they good?
Yeah, yeah. Yep, we stay open to 3 a.m. Tired of it. But I appreciate it because they the only with this job I've been there since 2015, and the only
Mhm.
job that allow me to leave for the long period of times that I do leave when I have to leave for track because I may leave for a month, 2 weeks, a week. And so I really appreciate them
That's
for
good.
allowing me to
Oh
do
my
that.
goodness. And they stay open to 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yep. So sometimes I'll get off at 3 a.m. and then have to be back up maybe 9 o'clock, go to training, do it all over again.
Talk food then. So how do you keep a healthy body? You around these insomnia cookies,
That's the
but
hardest part. Out of everything, is the hardest part is the eating because sometimes I'm just now learning to slow down, take time for myself. It's like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'll stop and get some food or do this. And at one time I was sponsored by a meal prep company, which kind of helped out a lot. But then I think they ended up stopping. So was like, oh, I gotta meal prep myself. Meal prepping take about 3 hours. And I'd be like, I just
you're
want to get some
so
food and lay
humble.
down.
You are so humble. I mean, to have gone, how far you've gone. And it's nothing but Jesus, the Jesus in you.
Yeah.
That's the light in you. You have traveled the world. You have gone places that people in your community probably will never see
Hmm.
in their lifetime. And you talking about these cookies, you getting off at 3 a.m. and you train. And I mean, just the beauty of that. I
Hmm.
can see how God's favor is attracted
And
to
I
your
thank him every
soul.
day for it. Because you can give up at any time, but I thank him every day. Before my feet hit the ground, Heavenly Father, I just want to say thank you. Because no, everybody don't get the opportunity to do it. And I'm still going. So it's just like, that ain't nothing but God. You keep God in the center of your life, everything is possible.
The center.
I tell my
And
daughter.
and that was in, I don't know what, I think it was in the book First Things First with Stephen Covey, but it talks about the spiritual life is at the center. And one of the things that people do is, he had in the book, it was like a diamond. And he said that we run bases. So you go to work, okay, that's first home base. No, you at home, that's home base. Then first base you go to work. Second base you go to church. Third base you go somewhere else to the park or whatever. But God is not in, or that spiritual well-being is not core in everything you do. You run in here, you run in there, you run in there. That's why you have so many people living a different type of way Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday is like, oh, it's church time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to lift my hands, I'm going to clap my hands, I'm going to say hallelujah.
Wow, it's every day for me. Every day.
That's
It's
why
not just no one day. It's every day. Even
every
anytime you
day.
get in the car, gospel music. Anytime I'm lifting weights, I may venture on and off with it. But today I was listening to I won't complain, because it was one of them days. Like, man, I'm tired. I just gotta work at 1. I'm up at 8 in this gym. So when that song came up, I just got so much just energy. I was like, yeah, just come on,
I've
get
had
it
some
done.
good days.
Yeah.
I've had some weary days.
Yep.
I won't complain. Lord, I
Yeah.
thank you. And that in itself strengthens you.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says the joy of the Lord is our strength.
Yeah.
And when you find joy in Him, like you did today, um, it gives you a supernatural strength.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
David always found strength in the Lord. And that is powerful, because um doing what you're doing, the training, the traveling, the competing, and then we're going to get to why we are here. See, the after, what you've done in your past, where you are now is your current, but we're going to talk about your future. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what we're going to talk about more, because God had his hands on you. And this is not the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
This is the climax right here.
Yeah.
What is happening now. And what you have experienced, and this mountaintop experience is preparing you for your ministry. It's preparing you for how you are going to mediate, how you are going to deal with that mentorship, how you are going to reach back and say, student athlete programs, and you're going to recognize that little girl, that little boy who have the physical talent, but they just don't do school like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you talked about that, it just came through the screen. Cause that's where, the shot put, that's easy. I mean, you gonna do that. You gonna do that well. You gonna do training well. But boy, when you were talking about how you overcame
Mm-hmm.
those things, and I don't know if you saw it when you said that mentoring, you just lit up like a
Yeah.
Christmas. Just lit.
I love mentoring. That's my I wanna touch people, like, to give them the just my experience, to see if my experience just can help them in life, because I feel like if I can help one person, that person can help somebody, and they just keep going.
And
Because it's
you're gonna
just, life
do
is
it.
already hard, so it's just like you gotta try to stay positive through it all, and try to be respectful, nice to everybody, regardless of the situation. And I'm not perfect, so I have my days, but the
Mhm.
older I get, the more in tune with myself I'm becoming. So I'm just like, okay, I'm
When
in
you
this
get to your grown self, when
yeah,
you
I'm
get to your grown
accepting, Lord.
self,
You got something for me. I'm prepared. I'm be prepared for it. So it's just,
yes.
yeah. And
All
then
right.
having my daughter kind of help with that
How
too.
Kentucky Olympics, because you have to
Hmm.
go through Olympic trials, right?
Yeah. So after I left Kentucky, my coach Ashley Kovacs ended up leaving, and she went to Ohio State. And she was, at the time, they couldn't have post collegiate. So I was graduated out of college, and so that's me becoming a post collegiate. So she introduced me to Connie Price Smith and John Smith, and she's the head track and field coach at Ole Miss. And so in 2014, I left, and we were in Carbondale at the time. So leaving Kentucky, I ended up going to Carbondale, Illinois. And then I had to start over. I had to pick up everything, start over, go with these two individuals that just took me in, and I had to go in and just really earn my spot, because they don't normally just take in people they didn't train or coach. And so I thank them for that too, because they helped me a lot with my accomplishments, making the Olympic team. And then we left Carbondale, and I went to Oxford, Mississippi, and I stayed there until 2021. I ended up staying there, then moving to Memphis. And so I was a volunteer assistant coach at Ole Miss, helping with the track team while training still. And that's when I started working at Insomnia. And so it took me from really 20 since college till 21 to make a big team. So
Mm.
it's a long time. And I didn't give up. Every time it's like when I went to the Olympic trials, like, dang, I was so close to making the team, and then at times like, I don't want to do this, because you train for years. You train
Mm-hmm.
every 4 years for 1 second to train to throw for 3 minutes, get 3 minutes, because we get 6 throws. Well, you really get 3 throws. And then in
Mm-hmm.
order to make it to the finals, you have to be top 8. You got to be top 8. And then top 8, go ahead and get another 3 throws. So you training for years to throw 6 times. And you got to think about it. At the time, nobody's talking to me. Oh, what are you going to do after track? What's your plans? My mind's just focused. Track, 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 track. I'm not thinking about nothing else. And
Oh
then it's
my
just
God.
like, dang, what am I going to do? So it's just like, that's why I'm like, I got to start. I want to start talking. I coach at a high school here, Christian Brother High School. I make sure I
Mm-hmm.
always tell them, y'all got to make sure track, let that be a priority, but make sure you have something on the backbone. Make sure y'all, what you want to do in school. A lot of them are in like engineering and things like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all got a plan. So I want y'all to,
Mm-hmm.
when you leave practice, go do something, go play the game, go find something to do out of practice. You know what I'm saying? Just, have your mind on it, but don't have your mind continuously on it. Because if you don't make it to where you want to go, then what? Then they start thinking, "Oh, I suck. I'm this. I'm that." And then now they all
Yeah,
in their head, and depression start. And then when depression comes, it's just like boom. And
I know, right?
yeah, my coach sent me an article today with one of the girls that did track and field. and she ended up stabbing a Uber driver. I think she killed him and things like that. And I'm like, dang, this girl, she did track and field. She was on it, but I don't think her path was where it was. It wasn't as good as she probably could have been. And so maybe life wasn't what it was. Track wasn't going how it was going. And so in any given moment, something can just click. And now you're just doing something you don't want to do or never thought you would ever do. And it's because you don't know what to do. Especially in these times, life is just like life is lifing right now with all this stuff going on in the world.
It
It's,
is.
yeah. So you just and it's just hard. So it
So,
got to be talked about amongst athletes, amongst children, and anybody. It just got to be talked
and
about.
I can imagine because, like you were saying, you're training all this time, and an injury come up, and then you're taken out of that
Yeah.
space. You saw this. I mean, when we look at movies like Love and Basketball or Just Right, when that injury, they fall into a depression or whatever because basketball or track or whatever it was just their laser focus, not thinking that God would make room for their gift. You know,
Hmm.
that there's room. You're talented. It's much in a lot of different things. So, one thing before we move to the book, because I want people to know where to get the book. And I told some babies we're gonna get this book and they're gonna do a photo shoot for me with this book. So currently, okay, 2028. All right, Olympics.
Hmm.
Is that something that you're working towards?
Yes, most definitely.
Really?
Yes. Yes, definitely. I feel like I'm at that Olympics. I feel like I'm gonna get my medal that I feel like I deserve. Because at 21, I felt like I was supposed to have that I was ready, but I think I kind of got in my head a little bit too much at that time, and just like, dang, I finally made it. I'm here. And then nerves, I feel like the nerves kind of got me because it felt like I was moving, but when I look at the video, I wasn't moving how I know I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be moving. So it's just like, okay, it's a learning experience. Keep
I
going.
was looking at one of your videos. I said she should be a ballerina. I mean, you just spin around. I mean, you, I'm
Yes.
serious. You a cheerleader. So sometimes your toes are pointed. Like I could now it makes sense with the formations being of a cheerleader.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you'll probably catch me if I'm on a trampoline or so. I'm in there doing like toe touches or herkies, whatever they used to call them.
Yeah, toe touches, German, yeah, the Herkies and all of that. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. It makes sense. I said she could be a ballerina. She turns around and then she'll shoot and then that leg just go out. Awesome. So 2028, where is the 2028 Olympics going to be this year?
LA. It's gonna be in LA, so that's a big. That's even better.
We
The
going.
family can
We
come.
going.
You gotta worry about going overseas. It's
You
in
see, I got
LA.
on my blue shirt.
Yeah.
Best. Bliss. We go.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk the book. So you have a 2-year-old
Hmm.
and you just light up you just light up with that
Yeah.
baby. You
Yes.
have a 2-year-old. Let's talk this book right here that I
Yeah. I
have
got
on my
it.
phone.
Yeah.
You have a copy, Feelings Without Words. Isn't that
Yes.
beautiful? And where can we get that book?
So you can get it on Amazon if you type in "Feelings Without Words" by Jessica Ramsey. It pops right up. It pops right up, and I'm
And
so
I have
thrilled,
it right
excited.
here.
Yes. Big
Why is that
accomplishment.
why is that important? Feelings,
This is a
because what I just heard before we talked about this book, you had a lot of feelings about
Mhm.
school, about your life, and they didn't necessarily connect with maybe the words that's coming out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Because
And
I feel
people,
like to this day, I still have trouble. Like I know how I feel, but sometimes I just can't say how I feel. So it's just like when I look at this book and going through it, I'm just like, that's a big accomplishment for me because I
hold it
actually
up
did
again. Hold it up again.
yes, I actually did something outside of sports.
And look, they're not even sports children. They're not even sports children.
Yes, yes, and then it's just like my experiences with my daughter, me seeing her for who she is, and at the time being a first time mom, I'm like, dang, what type of mom I'm gonna be? Will I understand her? Will we be able to connect? All those feelings came out, and I tried to find the my in my notes in 2024. I told myself I will have the number one selling children's book, and I actually did it. I actually did it. So I'm like,
And you gonna, honey,
I see you, God.
we
I
gonna
see
buy
you
this
working.
book.
We doing it.
Feelings Without Words. We gonna make sure this book is in Middle Georgia,
Yes.
because this is so important to talk about feelings. And as a school principal, I would always spend time with children because I wanted to know how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like you said with that girl and the Uber driver, you don't know what they will go home and do.
Right.
So in the morning, we're looking at the children's faces. We're looking at whether they are smiling or whether they are downcast, right?
Right.
And you have to love them first. You have to
Mm-hmm.
love what you do. And so when I saw certain children not themselves or whatever, then okay, what's going on?
Right.
And there's a
Right.
lot of children out there that feel adults don't care. So
Mm-hmm.
what was the motivation behind this book, and
Really, my
especially
daughter.
for children?
My daughter and me understanding her and wanting to be a great parent. So I had my mother, my father, they were always there, and they were great examples of parents. So I was like, I want to be like my parents and understand her and not get mad if she's expressing to me how she feels. Because I know a lot of parents or just in general, I don't feel like kids or teenagers are able to express themselves without an adult feeling disrespected. As long as they're saying something respectfully, it should be it should be respected. It should be understood. Be like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, but let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you why I did this, or like explaining to them why you do what you do, why they
Mm-hmm.
should do what you're asking them to do. And so just this book is just to like understand, see my daughter for who she is, and her being able, I want her to be able to talk to me about any and everything. And sometimes I catch myself telling her now, because she's in her little twos and she's doing stuff, and I'll be like, I'm your mother first, not your friend, I'm your mother. And so I kind of tell her that, even though she probably don't really know it, but I want her to know I'm your mother, so be able to come to me and talk to me about anything. And just express yourself. I want to know
And
how you feel it.
you say she's in Montessori school.
Yeah, she's in Montessori school.
And so how does that um help with what you're trying to teach her at home?
She's very
Married
hands.
to.
Yeah, she's very hands. I'm starting to see like the hands on, because at Montessori schools they're very hands on with everything. They're doing like gardening. They're outside. They make them wash their dishes when they have like little dishes and things. Pick up after themselves. So it's not like a regular like daycare or regular school. They're actually hands on with everything. And so I kind of see her. I was in the kitchen washing dishes one day. I have a little step stool, and she just came in trying to wash the dishes, and then her dad was like, "Hey, fold this shirt." And she goes over, she's two, and she goes over flapping it and like just rolling it. I'm like, who taught you? Because we didn't teach you that. Who taught you that? So it's just like we see the hands-on things that she's doing, and she's trying to express herself a little, express herself. That's my biggest thing. I can't wait until she's able to actually talk and let me know what's going on, because I want to know how she felt what she felt can be better, how was her day, and things like that. So I kind of catch myself asking her now, "Hey, how was your day today? Did you have fun? What could I have done
Mhm.
better?" Like, even though I know she's a kid, I kind of try to practice actually.
Practice asking those and that's something, parents, I want you to get, all of my listeners out there, is get in the habit when your children get out of school. How was your day? Not targeting what the teacher did or whatever. How was your day? Did you have a good day? Why did you have a good day? Why didn't you have a good day? What could you have done better if you had the opportunity, just as you are driving home? And that gets you in the practice of listening to your child, feelings without words. I want to ask you something now. When you get pregnant, your body changes.
Yeah, I don't think I had many changes. I worked up
So
until it was
you
time
you
for
you
birth.
all fit, and
I was
and then
still working out. Yeah,
really,
I wasn't like heavy lifting and things like that, but I was still on the treadmill doing little light weights and stuff. And I worked up until my last day. And one of my teammates' moms, she's OBGYN. And then when they told her like my blood pressure, she was like, "You're not leaving there today. You're having that baby today." And I was just like, ah. So I didn't have no, I don't think I had any changes within myself, which I'm kind of thankful for, because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I had this sickness. I had to get over
yeah.
this." No, I was up and moving, still
Yeah,
coaching.
you can have a, I worked up until probably 2 days before, and then it's easy. I had a
Mhm.
job that moved. It's easy to have the baby at that time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So nothing changed about your body and anything. It
No,
happened
not
better.
really. But as far as for within my sport, I can tell the difference in my sport within the way my hips sit, because the way I have to come out the back of the ring, I'm just like, I had to read. I just got back to myself maybe this year. It took two
You
years to
saw
get,
the difference.
yeah, it took me 2 years to get almost back to where I was. So I'm just like, okay, these next couple of years, it's on. So I just got to stay strong in it and stay on top, stay focused.
Do you see any in your 2-year-old? Do you see any athleticism? Or, and I know you, I can just see you just going to let her move organically,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, she's going to move organically. I just picked that up from you. But do you see any spurts of athleticism in her?
Yeah, her cousin does jujitsu. She tries to run out on the mat, and when she's in the house, she's in here trying to hit on them. When I'm at practice, she's picking up a shot put. I got a small shot put. She's trying to throw the shot put.
Wow.
I got her
Yeah.
coming out of some blocks right now, a little bit out of
Oh
some track
yeah, I've
blocks.
seen those little bitty children running track. I mean, they are really, really, really doing that, and that's what we must do. I found that students who are involved in activities and sports, and their parents have a plan for them daily, that they tend to really, really make good decisions.
Hmm.
Um, but what has hurt my heart a lot, is because I was a principal of that big high school, is seeing some of the greatest athletes probably, but never moving beyond that high school level because of that parenting gap, or where they come from, or just not having access, they
Yeah.
were, and you had colleges that just wanted these guys and these young women, and just life just didn't, And Pastor Hunt, Todd Hunt, he's one that's real active in the community.
Mm,
And we are on the board of FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes,
okay.
here in Macon, Georgia. And they are really, really working with those student athletes and bringing them to Christ. And just like you were saying, you could not have done this without him
Yep.
on a daily basis.
Definitely.
So I can
Yep.
imagine with you getting back to yourself. So we have about 8 more minutes. What do we need to know about Jessica Ramsey? What should we look forward to? I want to look forward to more children's books.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's in the works.
And I'm just excited for you.
Yeah, so I'm getting to the point they want me to be more active on social media, and sometimes I catch myself like I'm just in the moment. So sometimes I
But
can't catch
you know you
everything.
don't have to do that. We can talk.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
somebody can do that for you.
Yeah, so just trying to record more of me in my daily life as a
Hmm.
mom, athlete, author, my daily life. So I do have in the works maybe another children's book. Right now I'm just getting into like learning what I want after track and field. So I am back in taking classes, trying to figure out what actually attracts my attention because I'm one of those students that if it's boring, I'm over here
Hmm.
daydreaming and thinking about something else I ain't got no business thinking about. I need to be learning. And so I know my biggest thing is I love kids. So I used to volunteer with CASA, which was a court appointed specialist.
Yeah.
Advocated for children, and so that kind of opened me up to like this is something I want to do. I want to be able to be a voice for the children that can't be a voice for themselves. And so I
Oh, so you wanna take over Empower Ed Voices Advocacy Agency. That's what you want to
I
do.
want to add
So
to
I
it.
can find, so I can retire.
Yeah, I can definitely add to it. I want to continue to gain that knowledge. I know I'm definitely
Memphis, look,
a
Memphis
lot of
version.
knowledge. Yeah. Definitely. I just want to keep
Oh
learning. I
my
want to keep
God.
learning. Yeah.
Hmm. I
Getting
see
outside of that
that.
athlete mindset. So I want to learn. I feel like there's so much to learn in the
But you
world. So
stretch yourself. You don't, I don't see you navigating. I haven't heard that you kind of navigate to the things that's easy for you. You stretching yourself.
yeah, I feel like that's the box. I'm kind of getting out of that box. I think I stayed in the box. Like, dang, am I good enough for that? I kind of like I don't know. So now I'm stretching myself because when I reached out about this book, I was so nervous. I'm like, dang, what if he? And the worst thing you can hear is no. I just continuously hear no, 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 no until you get that yes. And so I
Well,
got my
you already know
first try.
feelings without words. It's going to have to be a series, a child's guide to expression. And you guys, this book is on Amazon at this time, and every school needs this. They need it now because we're not even waiting to school. Parents, you need to get this. Feelings without words, a child's true expression, because between the ages of 0 and 5, that's when that personality is formed. That's when they learn what they learn. And that's why I get so disturbed seeing some of these children participating in grown people stuff. I'm not calling names, but um, but 0 to 5. So this really needs to be in the homes. It needs to be in the doctor office, the pediatrics. It needs to be everywhere because you having more and more students, even elementary and middle and high, that don't express themselves. Youth suicide, um, just doing things to harm themselves. And so feelings without words. Who did the illustrations?
So I had an illustrator through Mr. Dennis helped me with the illustrator, so he had his own illustrator. So I can actually send his information, and he kind of helped me out with all of this. So he asked what I like, um, what should go with the words. So I'll send him a stanza, and I will tell him, hey, with this stanza, I want it to be my daughter, some kids in the background with butterflies, and so they'll draw it up for me and send it to me, and I'll approve it or disapprove it and let them know what else I want for it.
Bam,
Yes.
a book.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah. My biggest thing, I want parents to not only take my experience, but think about their own experiences with their kids, because it can be hard. I know it's very hard, especially if you don't have that support system, is to just take your time. In the moment, you can be frustrated, but take your time, because in that moment, your kid is probably trying to express something to you or trying to tell you something, but don't know how to say it. So it's like, instead of just getting upset or get off me, this, that, or the third, like sometimes I kind of catch myself on when I'm like really, really tired. I'm like, Seven, what? But then I got to think, maybe she's trying to tell me something. Maybe,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's just like, um, when the kids read it, I hope they feel the love and that they're being seen. I want them to know that you are being seen and that you're loved and that you can do anything. Express yourself freely, boldly, and it don't
I,
matter. Just be
free
respectful.
holy, yeah,
Just be
yeah,
respectful with it. You be yourself. Like, can't like this world try to dim the light on us. Shine bright.
yes. I
Definitely
was
shine
reading
bright.
something. It's funny you said that. It said a lot of times people like to dummy down when
Hmm.
they're in a room and they think that in that room that everybody is kind of smarter than them or have better talent, but we need to start looking at ourselves. Okay, we bring value to the room,
Hmm.
start not dimming our light,
Right.
but to show how we can offer something to make it
Yep.
better or to your point.
And if you feel like you're in a room with people that's smarter, that's better, that's you in the right room. Gain
You in
some
the right
knowledge.
room.
Just sit back and listen. Gain the knowledge. Take
Listen,
what you learn
soak
from
it
them,
in.
and you keep
Soak it
moving
in.
up in that room. You got
I
to keep
know
moving.
it.
You can feel like the dummy, but at the end of the day, you just gain some knowledge to help yourself build from that.
So every 4 year cycle with the Olympics, you have to have another baby.
Ah. Oh man, I gotta get with this one first. Still learning. She gonna be teaching me the rest of my life.
I'm just messing with you.
She gonna be teaching me the rest of my life, and
I know it. I know it.
I
Well,
appreciate it because she bringing out more just just the levels that I didn't even know to myself. So
I
I
know it.
appreciate
Well,
every
I
part of it.
am so grateful to have had you on. Hopefully, this is not the last time that we communicate. Um, I am just, your story is so similar to mine, and I just got to process that. We are going to be praying for you because you have a ministry in you that is going to change the lives of children. But an important niche is those student athletes
Mm-hmm.
from elementary, middle, and high. And I just look forward to what you're doing. The joy of the Lord is your strength. And people, I want you to go out and get this book. If you have any grandchildren, if you have any the children's church, all children churches, this book needs to be in the children's church. Okay, all the kindergarten classes, we are going to be pushing it because I know that the world tries to stifle the voice and the feelings of children, and the enemy wants the children. And
Mm-hmm.
so, for you to just do this guide to expression, teaching children how to express themselves is so, so important. So I'm gonna
Hmm.
let you have the last word, and then we're gonna be out of here.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining with us and learning about me and helping me continue to gain some knowledge because there is knowledge to be gained. And as y'all get the book, y'all make sure y'all do some reviews on it so I can know what you feel about it, what can be added, or just take your own experience from the book. See your children, see other children because other children may not have their support at home. So just see a child for a child and let them know they are loved and they have a purpose. And so I just want to say thank y'all. There is knowledge to be gained, so let's keep gaining this knowledge. We need it.
Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, you all will be back on Monday night at 9. I'll let you know who the special guest. I am Dr. Julia Danley. I am your elite advocate and your community disruptor. You know I will disrupt your community. But I love you for real, for real. So thank you, Jessica. You will be seeing and hearing more about Jessica because when she go to LA, we need to all go to LA from Macon,
Yes.
Georgia. That's right. So bye bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.